Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the AWDID. I am your host, Pertis Williams. Again, we are on a wet Wednesday. I'm kind of happy to say that because we really do need the rain here. Now, today's show, we want to address a couple of things that are, I guess I'll say, are they real the way the news portrays them, or is there something else? So it's my job to kind of do the something else part. I don't really listen to the news for their accuracy. I don't listen to the news for truth. I listen to the news so that I can find out what are they not telling us. What are they leaving out? So today we're going to talk about Israel and the war that's taking place there now. This is one thing I want to just kind of address. I'm not saying anything other than it's very interesting. First, an estimated 2,200 rockets were fired towards southern and central Israel, including Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, by Hamas militants, according to the Israel Defense Force. Meanwhile, Hamas claims at least 5,000 rockets were fired and landing in the southern and central Israel. Now, I'm going to address that in just a second. We want to go to part two of that. Part two of that is death came from sea, air, and ground. The timeline of surprise attacks by Hamas on Israel. Now, the part of this story I want to address is full scale of Hamas, atrocities revealed as conflict escalates in Israel. More than 1,200 people have been killed in Israel and more than 950 people in Gaza since Saturday, as Israel retaliates to a brutal weekend attack by Hamas militants. Now, the reason I want to address both of these at the same time is because of math, ladies and gentlemen. It's math. It's one of my favorite subjects because math is kind of hard to lie. 2 + 2 is 4. Okay, where you are, it's 4. You can play stupid, still gonna be 4. Now, the reason I want to address these numbers are 1,200 people killed in Israel, 950 in Gaza. Now that's from an estimated 222 rockets fired. That's what Israel reports. Hamas is saying we did more than that. Here's why I want to address it. 2 reasons. Who is leading Hamas? That's one. Because if you're bragging about 5,000 rockets being shot, because that's what they're doing. We fired 5,000 rockets. Who are your generals? And what is your target? Because if you fired, let's just say the 2,200 that Israel claims you fired, then that's about 1,150 people who have been killed by 2,200 rockets. Now, I'm not here trying to say more people should have been killed. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if the generals of Hamas are real generals and they're using rockets, their strategic planning sucks. Just saying. You could have used bullets and accomplished that. Now, the reason I bring this up is not to say more people should have been killed. No, I'm saying it looks suspect to me. Just to me. I'm not saying it looks suspect to someone else. I'm saying it looks really suspect to me. Because, you know, the way my mind works, I say, well, what if through years of seizures and confiscations and raids, someone was able to amass enough weapons to make it appear that they've been attacked so that they can then attack with more force. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying the way my mind works, it looks as if Israel was barely scraped by a deliberate attack by a known enemy whose generals clearly are imbeciles, because you're supposed to do these things in the daytime when there are a lot of people present, so that one missile can do more damage than to just one person. So your math works out better. If you're gonna get an ass whooping from Israel, at least, not giving you any help with your murdering, because I think that peace talks is way better. However, if you're gonna be a crazy murderer, wouldn't it make sense to do some murdering? Because you just put a lot of people in danger with an extremely sorry attack. Your attack was so sorry, you put everyone in Palestine in danger, which makes no sense to me, because it just makes no sense to me that you would use that much force and accomplish so little. However, if I flip that around from the conspiracy side, which in the past year, conspiracy doesn't mean conspiracy, now does it? In the past year, conspiracies seem to make more sense than the news lie. I'm not going to say the news truth, because we got a senator they hadn't put out of there yet who clearly lied on everything he ever did, and they still have not expelled the man yet. So go figure. It appears that this is the little boy crying wolf to me. Maybe, just maybe, we got some weapons, we got some from them, and if we use them to attack a few areas that are low populated, we can go in and take Palestine after this. That's how it looked to me when I heard it was 2,200 rockets from one source, 5,000 rockets from another source, and then they didn't do much damage at all. And we're in 2023, where weapons can be programmed to hit strategic targets with accuracy. So the generals clearly are imbeciles and should be fired, because they've just started a war and put all of these millions of people in danger because they are jerks or stupid or something else. So I asked that question because that's just me. And if I was going to provoke an enemy, then you better believe I'm going to do it provokingly, and not one missile per person. A missile is for a lot of people, not one person. So the math here makes me wonder, people sometimes forget about that old trick where you step on somebody's foot and you pull a tooth, because you take the pain away from one place so you can do something else. Here's the something else. We're going to address the something else. Now, did you know that currently there are people in Africa being displaced by the millions daily? Now, forcible displacement of populations from African countries. Let me just read to you what's been taking place. Sudan, I should do them last. Let's go to a small displacement. Egypt, 52,000 people. Libya, 158,000. Niger, 381,000 displaced. Ethiopia, 3.4 million displaced people. Somalia, 5.1 million. Now let's do Sudan. 7.3 million people displaced. DCR, 7.1 million people have been displaced. You have to forgive me if my concern is not about 2,200 people as it weighs against the numbers that I just read you. So I'll ask myself all the time, why is some country important and another country not important? Why are some people important and others not important? So you have to forgive me if I don't care or jump up and scream and holler because 1,200 people were killed when I have millions being killed in another location and no one seems to care. So if you seem to care about life, period, whether you're a don't kill babies abortion person, or you're a don't do executions person. If you care about life at all, then the numbers should fucking matter. Excuse me for cussing. Numbers should matter. 7 million should matter more than 1,200. So we are just showing you the displaced amounts of mothers and children because the men are still fighting to maintain the places. So you're displacing all these people around the globe for what? So we can make electric vehicles because they happen to sit on lithium mines. They happen to be in places where they're rich in oil and natural resources that we need over here to make cell phones, VCRs, TV, well, maybe not VCRs, TVs and laptops, and I just need more plastic bottles so I can kill more seals. Because that's what we just like, more stuff. So these people being displaced, it doesn't matter. But now, oh my goodness, don't let something happen to poor old Israel. Now we need to pray for Israel and do so much for Israel. And oh my goodness, send help to Israel. See, when you start caring about all people, not just some people, then people might actually care about what you care about. Because right now, the news is flooding me with, oh, Israel, oh, Palestine, how dare you? How dare you? Ukraine, remember? Russia, same thing. How dare Russia attack Ukraine? Nobody said, how dare America attack Iraq? Oh, I'm sorry. They said it not on our news, but on everybody else's news. So people, when you're watching the news, if they're repeating the same thing on every channel, they're not news. They're a narrative. They spread a narrative. They focus on something they want you to focus on so that they can do something they've been wanting to do for a long time. Now let's figure out what that something is. What have they been wanting to do for a long time? Get rid of the Palestinians. So what is the repercussions to killing 1,200 people? Should we kill 100,000 or 1 million? When will they be wrong for attacking, or let's say retaliation, as they'll call it? At what number will they be wrong? Remember, I like math, because right now we're sitting at about 2,150. So at what number will Israel be asked to stop? Because that's what we should do, right? Shouldn't we say, hey, that's enough? The punishment outweighs the crime. Or is it destroy them, crush them, keep them from ever being able to come back? Kill them, kill them, kill them. Which one is it? I want to hear from the Christian people, so you can call in definitely, because, I know how y'all love to save the babies and, tell everybody else how they so wrong, and you can't even read the book you read. And yes, I said it. I did say it. I always say that because you can't read. If you could read, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. And you can get mad at me, but I'm helping you understand something you read wrong. Just like this situation. You're hearing it wrong. And we'll be back in just a moment with some more You're Wrong.
Are you dreaming? Becoming an entrepreneur, but you're not sure where or how to start? At Entrepreneurs Academy 101, our online program will guide you step by step on how to start and grow your own business. We offer courses such as how to write a business plan, how to create a budget, and so much more. Our online training program is designed for you to learn at your own pace, and there's no set order to complete this program. Because our academy is online, you have the choice to learn with a group, with friends, or individually. Upon completion of the entire curriculum, you will receive a certificate of achievement to acknowledge that you have completed the training needed to become a successful entrepreneur. So enroll today to design the life that you love. Contact your entrepreneur coach, Brenda Myers, at 601-672-0695 or visit our website at www.entrepreneursacademy101.com for more information.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
Welcome back to the AWDID here at the We Believe Digital Studios here in Jackson, Mississippi. Yes, I got one of the first jackets off the press. We're here on Livingston Road. If you need any media assistance, commercials made, podcasts, we're about to start shooting some sitcoms soon. So 1-800-492-5186. Give us a call. We'll be glad to assist you guys. And remember, we're doing a dance different here. We are sharers, so there are no back rooms. We got board rooms. We don't have any shady deals. We have a conference room we can go and discuss things in. We'll leave the door open because I ain't going in there and closing the door with you. I need cameras live. So again, we are doing things different here. So if you don't like your deal, it's probably because you hadn't heard about this yet, and you might like what you're doing and just like complaining. Because you can always come over here to We Believe Digital and let us do some things with you. I just had an opportunity to go to a massive facility last week. So we're here trying to perfect what we have now, perfect the technique, because we have this massive studio that we can go and use to shoot big old movies, big old green screen rooms, all the stuff we need. It's one of those times when you have to say thank you, God, for all your many blessings. Don't let me mess this up. So we're trying to perfect everything we have here so that we can get, Uncle Garrett, let us go on over there to the big building so we can make some real moves and real changes. So I'm still looking for all of those people I sent a message to. If I didn't send you a message and you hear this message, reach out to me. I've been kind of busy, so I might not have sent you a message yet. It's very possible. But again, it's not because I'm not thinking about you. It's just that I've been busy, real busy. So keep us busy, keep us moving forward, and don't forget you can always donate. We donate also to assist us, WeBelieveDigital.com. Yeah, and I think we can go through Facebook also at We Believe Digital and make a donation. So again, we appreciate you for tuning in. Let's get back to AWDID. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, we were looking at not fake, excuse me, suspect numbers that we often get from our news anchors, people, stations, the entire group of them. We keep getting the same information from all 7 news channels. So None of them have anything different. Everybody has the same story, same everything. I thought we were in a country of options, choices, and freedoms, but it does not appear to be the way. It does not appear to be that way. It appears to be they've allowed big companies to buy little companies, keep the little company name, although it is really owned by the big company. Yes, that's a monopoly, but it's labeled differently. And guess who helped you do that? Your congressmen, your politicians. So again, we're going to go into the politics side of things, and we're going to say, if they are an incumbent, damn it. And you look around your city, and it looks terrible. Hey, go about 20 miles south of your city, if you're in the suburbs. Go and check on the people who live around your area. And then get on the computer and see what it looked like 20 years ago. Now, I'm not talking about you're living in a newly developed area that they've recently cut down a gang of my trees and, put you some new homes up. I'm not talking about that area. I'm talking about if you live in a certain area and it's been there for a while, and then you look at another area that's been there for a while, in 20 years, has it been kept up? Or does it look like it's about to crumble? If it looks like it's about to crumble, incumbents got to go, especially if they've been there for more than 4 years. People, we have to remember, if the bus driver crashes the bus, it's an accident. If he does it again and again and a damn again, you got to fire the bus driver. So if the streets look bad every year and they only pave in October when it's election time, so you've bought 2 tires this year, 3 last year, election time, they paved it. Don't vote for that person. That person only cares about you during election time. Only during election time. They don't have plans to do anything other than pave a street and remove a building that you've been asking for years. They only have time during election time. And it's not because they're fighting to keep their job so they can do a better job. No, they're just fighting for power. Fighting to keep a name or a title so that they can continue to do the same bull they've been doing and shaking the same hands and having the same parties. Hey, friend, let me give you a couple of $1 million. I watched you play football. Hey, those poor people don't need that money. Why would we expand Medicaid and Medicare to these poor people when we can just give that money over here so you can build a volleyball facility at your daughter's damn school? And we're going to vote for you again because, you know what, we stupid. Yeah, I said it. Because if nobody tells you stupid, you don't think you stupid. You think you smart. You think you're a damn genius. Well, when a genius shows up, you realize how stupid you are. And you have to sit back and ask yourself sometime, if I keep voting for the same people over and over and over and over and over and over and nothing's getting better, then I have to be a fool. Have to be. We got to call in? You mean somebody called my show, how dare them, but I can't wait to hear who it is. I am listening, caller. Who do we have today?
Well, I enjoy your show. I'm going to call that from New York City. And I just couldn't figure out how you came up with a name like AWDID.
Well, thanks for asking. It's actually it's how you sound a word compared to how you spell it. So AWDID is really AWDID, AWDID. But when you look it up, it's pronounced AWDID. So those two words are all and did, which is in awe of, like is some terrible or amazingly disturbing, and did is past tense of do. So in a sense, I'm very disturbed by what I see. However, did, that's past tense. I have solutions. So I'm working on fixing them. I'm no longer disgusted. I got some solutions. Does that help?
It does help. It does help. I don't think that anybody would have gotten that had not you explained it. I thought it was just a mispronunciation or a misspelling of your show.
Well, I do appreciate you asking, and I have to be more cautious about the way I present stuff because some people may not understand it, and maybe some explanation would be due whenever we open up the show. Maybe I'll add that. That's a good point. Thanks for calling in.
Well, I always enjoy your show. Have a great day.
Hey, you too, and hopefully we'll hear from you again soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, New York. Oh, I should probably do some explanation sometimes when I'm talking, because in my mind, people know these things. But that's because I'm usually talking to myself about what you know. And then I find out that what you actually know has nothing to do with what I know. I'm a nerd. That's true. I'm a button pusher, challenge bowl, academic bowl nerd. Waiting to hit this plane. I'm so excited to go see an eclipse. Yes, I know. Planned for months. Paid in advance, ready to go. So excited. I will get there. And most people like, you're a nerd. I'm like, I know. Star Trek watching. So I will have to slow down and start doing more explanations to the things that I've been able to discover. And there are many things that I have been able to discover. The way I see it looks very different from what they have you seeing. That's why Project Humanity, the other business that I represent, is about bringing humanity together. It's about taking a look at our similarities, let's say, and less at our differences. Because when I discuss things with, regular people, we all seem to have the same problems. We want better schools for our children. We want higher paying jobs. We want to be able to work one job and buy a house, pay for a car, pay the bills, and eat. That's kind of important. Now, I will say, America, we might eat a little bit too much. But the more money you have, the more you can afford a gym membership and exercise. It's really the truth. The poorer you are, the heavier you are. Yeah, look that up. That's not me just talking. The heavier and poor kind of go together. Rich people, they have more time to do things, exercise, be out, getting it. Less time sitting around the house depressed eating. And that's my science. But the numbers, like I like numbers, still go with that. So roll with it. That's just the way I see it. So we have to get that pay up. We have to get that medical insurance available for everyone, or we can just say no insurance needed. Hospitals get to take care of people. Doctors make enough money to not be just putting tape on things, but actually doing what they went to school for, and that's practice medicine. Nurses can actually assist the doctors in such a way they actually are caregivers and not just next. See, I like when I went to the hospital and the people there were very nice to my mother. They were taking the time. There's a lot of communication, and I'm not sure if that's always how it is, but it was that day I was there. And I was extremely happy to see that, only to go home and find out they're closing hospitals in all of our rural areas. Why? Not enough money. Why? We can ask our governor, probably, who didn't want to expand Medicaid. Millions and millions and millions in dollars, and probably billions that they call a surplus that could have been used because the government will give you more money later. But they decided, Brett Favre, he really need that volleyball facility down there at Southern, They really do need that. So we keep voting ourselves into a future that our children are going to probably drown us for having. You know, you really need to think about it. It's not about right now you're planning for. You're planning for your children's future. So I'm being silent when things are going on. I'm not involved in politics because I'm not involved. It don't affect me. I don't care about what's happening in Florida and the Hispanic population being treated like less than. I don't care about the people in Africa being displaced, and I don't care about Israel being bombed. So when I weigh it, the numbers don't point to where the news has me looking, because there's a lot more numbers being hurt than the ones they're showing me and asking me to cry so hard about. Because I know there's something else they're doing that they're not telling us about. They'll tell you in 20 years, you know, like George W. kind of did when they said, what about that Iraq? Yeah, that's how we treat them 20 years later after they've done what they've done. Never found any weapons of mass destruction. But we got that Saddam, though. Yeah, okay. And you're asking me to have a lot of sympathy and care about what we have on the news. Well, put something on the news I should damn give a care about. Something that actually seems like you care about all the people and not just a certain group of people. Quit trying to show me a narrative you want me to follow. Quit trying to show me bullshit. Show me the truth and let me decide which fight is worth fighting for. Because right now, the children are in danger because our Congress doesn't work for us. They work for the businesses about to put your kids in slavery. So we'll see you next week. We just heard the beep. Y'all have a great rest of the week. And don't forget, it's the eclipse on the way.
Looking for the hottest content in the city of Jackson and check out WeBelieveDigital.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We Believe Digital Podcast is here for all your podcasting needs.